That cell phone fee is restricted to just the 911 system, which is in place right now in all 9 of the dispatch centers. Although they're not together, they're connected by that 911 system. The cell phone fee would be needed to continue that, but that's another step forward to trying to consolidate.
I think it's very important to point out that should that 911 fee expire or sunset at the end of this year, that throws us into a bit of a quagmire from a funding perspective for our entire 911 countywide system.
Did they say why they were going to let it sunset?
It was a 5-year extension that they had on, and it came time to renew.
And they don't feel it's necessary to.
You know, I don't have a full feeling for what the situation is on the state level. I don't know if it's an anti-tax type movement or if this is just another budget or cost savings realization by the state. I don't have a full grasp of that. I just brought back what I had heard at the conference, and that there was a feeling that the state legislature was going to let that sunset. And I thought that would be important to bring back to our local community here for discussion. And I think that's probably what prompted Representative Schuring being invited to the next governance board meeting. Am I correct with that?
Yes. Just wanted to get an update.
So we could be pretty negatively impacted by that.
May I add something, Joe?
Sure.
One thing, the 911 cell phone tax is specifically for that, for the cell phone. It's not really for landline calls. Landline calls come through AT&T, and they have their own tax, their own fee on your telephone bill. You'll see it is for the landline 911. The alternative, in my opinion, of them not passing that is that you quit taking their calls, the 911 cell phone calls, because the fee is put in place to support agencies to be able to take those 911 cell phone calls and take both phases, phase 1 and phase 2, and dispatch the correct entities due to that emergency. I would be totally, I'm not questioning what Mr. Ream said, I would just be totally surprised if they would not allow that to happen, because what's going to happen, in my opinion, is that municipalities will no longer be able to afford to keep up their 911 cell phone cost. And so, and it's not a fee that any county government, the county government gets it, but it's a fee for those people that use their cell phone to be able to call in that emergency. So I'm not saying they won't, because it is a tax, and this is a bad time for any tax increases, and it's not really an increase, it's a carryover, but it'll be interesting, but that's the outcome. The outcome is that you now are able to use your cell phone to call in a 911 emergency, and if they don't provide funding for that, that could cease.
I'd like to invite you, I guess I'm the internal optimist, most to tell you, but Kirk felt very good that this would stay. He thought it would be done by November before it expired and actually be able to expand it, as I said earlier. So I don't really want to speak for him. That's why I thought after our executive committee meeting, it's best to have him in. He will be at the meeting to give you an update on that. And I was encouraged when I talked to him, but I'd like you guys to lead. It's a public meeting.
You said that's on the 14th?
It's on the 14th at 1:30 at the Jackson Safety Center, at the corner of Wales and Fulton, and it's open to the public and